Welcome to another video of Elite Expertise. I'm Riley Matthew, Admin Manager of Elite Expertise. So Elite Expertise is an online teaching platform where we coach PBC, KAPS, Indian Pharmacist Written Exam, Indian Pharmacist Oral Exam, PTE, and recently we have started OPRA as well. Our lecturers and directors are Mrs. Harika and Mr. Arief Mohammad. They both are working as a clinical pharmacist in Australia. And last July batch, we have KAPS qualified students from our batch, and we had 95% of passing rate. So one of the candidate is Bikalpa. Congratulations, Bikalpa is with us. How are you feeling?
Thank you, really. I'm good. I'm feeling really good. When a human being, when we achieve something, then it's a good feeling. So same way, I'm feeling absolutely amazing.
So can you tell us about yourself, like your background, where did you study, when did you finish your graduation?
Okay, so I did my graduation in Bangalore, India, Rajiv Gandhi University. It's just College of Pharmacy in Bangalore. Back in 2019, I passed. And then I started teaching in Nepal, in my home country. Then after 2 years of teaching, then I moved to South Korea for my master's degree in research in pharmacology. And then I returned maybe 1.5 years back. And then again, I started teaching. So my field is basically an academic. I was in academic.
Why did you choose KAPS?
There's a big story. I was not very much interested in hospital pharmacy and retail pharmacy back in those days. I was interested in research and still am. But there's always in research, when you go full forward, then there's existence. So my existence is I'm a pharmacist. Even I'm a researcher. What is my ground? So searching that ground, I'm a pharmacist. And if I pursue any degree, if I do any research or big work, but the basic thing is I'm a pharmacist. So being a pharmacist, even if I go forward in academics, but I feel the lack between the clinical practice because I was interested in pharmacology, and the ultimate goal is to give the patient and patient a medicine, and some kind of remedy is the outcome of that thing. So the clinical gap is that I thought it was lacking, and then I started, let's do something out of the box, because the research and the clinical practice is completely different world. So to achieve that, I thought that KAP would be a very good thing. Someday I'll go to Australia and I'll practice some good things there about the clinical. Then clinical, it is only for the clinical knowledge, actually. That's what I thought, and that was only the dragging force for me to do KAPS. That's all.
So how many months did you spend for KAPS preparation?
KAPS, not much. Actually, I was my seniors actually recommended me this institution, and then there was hardly 3 months, maybe. Okay. 3 months I joined class, but the major study I did, I must say, is 2 months, hardly 2 months.
Okay. So what are the strategies for a KAPS preparation? What was your strategy?
So first of all, I was very confused how to study, and I was very afraid of these competitive exams. So, but I found out some strategies that maybe some people are already applying on their own studies. But I would recommend never skip the classes. Okay, same day you have to do the class. Same day, either possible live. If not possible, then at least the recorded video. Same day you have to take that classes, because if you do that same day, already you have one step ahead of time, and then later you can revise that one. Even in a fast forward, it's speed up or the same speed, doesn't matter. But the same day you have to do the class first one. Then the second one is the hands out. you have got the hands out. You have three platforms. One is apps, one is hands out, I mean the Google Drive, and another one is ProProps. So you have a hands out. Just before the class, you go through the hands out. Don't mug it up. Don't, even if you do not understand those things, then don't worry. Just go through. Just go through once, and that is the best way to use the hands out. Before the class, if you use hands out, then during the class you will get more things. You will start remembering, and you can connect the dots. You can connect the dots. It will make sense if you go through that hands out once. And another one is, during that hands out, do not try to mug the things up. Okay, so never mug up, because there is always a single sentence written in handout. There is a tricks that the sir ma'am will tell later during the class. Never try to mug up. That will eat your time. That will definitely going to eat your time, and your brain will be exhausted. So never try to mug it up. Just go through it. And then another thing is, by the first day, even if you do not have taken any of the classes, you start doing mocks. You start doing mocks. Never, even if you get 1 marks, even if you get 0, don't worry. You will get, because I'm speaking this out of my success. So it is my guarantee. Do the mocks from the beginning, and then calculations. So calculations, some people may have a very much problem with the calculation. Some people do not have much trouble in the calculation. But even if you are very good at calculation takes time. It takes a lot of time. So even if you can solve hardest calculation, then also you will need a time. So the time is one barrier in the exam. So if you cannot manage the time, then everything will go on the van. Whatever you have studied, it all will go on van. So at least for time management, you practice calculation right just after from the first class. You do not wait for the ma'am, you do not wait for sir to teach the calculation, because everything is in our hands out. The hands out for the calculation is the most beautifully designed handout I've ever seen. Among these 18 or hands out are there, the calculation hands out is beautifully designed. So you start doing calculation. Why? Because the calculation takes time, and if you practice calculation a lot, then even after seeing the question, some calculation will be as same. Even the number will not be changed. Even the figures are the same from our hands out and the question which will appear in the exam. So these are some things that I have that I want to suggest to the people that are going to give the KAPS in the next session.
So how did you tackle concept-based questions in your exam, and how did elite expertise benefit you in clearing that exam?
The concept-based questions is mostly from therapeutics. So it is not too much hard. So actually, the strategy that sir and ma'am is providing is, you do the hardest of the hardest concept-based questions, and you will get the easiest of questions in an exam. So that is the basic concept behind the teaching of these teachers, and you need to believe these teachers, because you, even if you think rationally, then they are the people who are daily doing the clinical practice since so long in Australia. So there could not be any better teacher to teach you the actual things that are going to ask in the exam. So APC will ask whatever is practiced in Australia. Okay, so that's what I felt during my exam. And those people who are teaching us, they are in practice so many years. So the concept-based teaching, don't worry, the basic things, the fragments, they will divide in the fragments, the basic things. What are these concepts? Why this inhibit? Why this activates? What happens when this and this drug will combine? This, all the basic things will be taught. You just have to mingle one or two of those things, and during the practice, they will teach such a hard thing. Then the easiest thing will be automatically in your brain. It's just like the questions popped up in your computer, and then okay, it's already I have studied. Okay, we can go with this answer. There's no strategy. The teaching is enough.
Yeah. So how strongly do you recommend elite expertise for another CAPS aspirant?
I I will recommend, even I'll throw them if they have some amount of money, they are able to pay the fees. Then don't go any other institution, because this is the very, what to say, economic, and very, you can be assured that you will pass the exam. Okay. Then I one thing I loved about Elite Expertise was, the admin panel. There's one, ma'am was there. I used to call her ma'am Rekha. She was, when I started. I thought I'll join Elite Expertise. I contacted her, and see, the hospitality was tremendously beautiful. And you guys came, and then multiple times I might have, assist you, while studying and during the night also. The immediate answer, the quickness of this admin panel was so good. And the teachers, there's no words to describe them about their teaching. And other thing, sometimes, if I say only good things about Elite Expertise, then people may think that he is endorsing the Elite Expertise on behalf of them. But one thing I have to say, some um, little bit drawbacks was the app. Okay,
Okay.
app was a little bit troublesome for me, because I used to have a Mac, and for Mac it used to sometimes it cracked for me. So it was a little bit problem, but ProProps was fine. So there was already an alternative for the apps also. So that was only the problem that I faced in this institution, and it is also a recommendation for the Elite Expertise as a advice that, if the apps will be very fine, then no other institution can compete with Elite Expertise. That's my, I don't know, that's my confidence about Elite Expertise, and what I have achieved. On that basis, on that ground, I can speak that.
Yeah. Thank you so much. But we'll try to rectify that mistake also regarding app. And thank you for your
Okay.
compliment anyway. So finally, any special message from your side to all the CAPS aspirants who is going to write CAPS exam like in future?
Okay. So there's only thing I want to say: you are in a good hands, first of all, and study in the way they say you to study, because they are the one who have more fear than you yourself failing your caps. So they stand at the very near, when the exams comes very near to you, then they will, day and night they will be with you. That's the fact. That's the truth that you are going to see in further days. So you're in a good hands, and you study what in what way they suggest you to study, and whatever my suggestions, they come out from my own experience, so you can implement those also if you want, and don't afraid. Okay, so CAPS is not that hard exam, that I can say for sure, because I have completed that exam successfully. So CAPS is not that hard exam, and even if it seems hard, then the teachers are really good. Whatever the exam will show you, whatever the question it appears in your exam, 80 or 90%, you already have solved it. If you finish all the marks, then almost 80 to 90% question you have seen already. So that I can say. Only one questions, even that question, related question, I have already studied in the institution. One question I experienced out of the box. Then you can say how accurate the teaching is. Even the questions are same.
Mm.
So don't worry, don't afraid. Uh, you'll do great.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the tips and all the explanation. Like you have explained every single detail about elite expertise and how to study CAPS, everything. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for the interview. And once again, congratulations for your success. And I hope you get your visa and everything as soon as possible and your PT as well. Yeah.
Thank you, really. Thank you. Thank you for giving this opportunity to speak. about the elite expertise. Thank you very much. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you.